Hey guys, good morning. It's Cecilia, aka ForRealCeil with 90 Days to Do and MLS. Wow, is this stuff flying around in my car? Yeah, it's lint. Good morning, guys. So I'm really gonna finish. I'm gonna do part 2 of Why Not Me. Okay. So yesterday when I ended, I believe I had talked about Supreme Oil and United Stationers, that I have worked and I delivered stationery, and then at the oil company I stripped bottles and I drove the forklift, etc., etc. Also worked at Union Photo as a laminator and a stripper, a film sorter and a laminator. And after that, I worked at the jewelry factory in Englewood, E.K. Withermer, where we just sorted out jewelry. It was like the worst job. Nobody there was working, but these were kiddie jobs, you know. So after that, again, I worked at the cosmetic manufacturing factory. It was a little thing. It didn't last that long, and that was good because I got pregnant, and then I had to stop working eventually anyway. But the cool thing about that job is it was interesting. I learned a lot, and then I just got to experience a lot of different things, you know, sorting, packaging, labeling, manufacturing, learning how people actually do this type of work. Um, After that, I was pregnant, so I went to school. I became a certified home health aide. Took a class at the Presbyterian Church in Englewood, and I passed that. I also passed the postal exam, and I was going to become a postal worker. However, got in trouble as a teenager, and the crooked judge in Englewood left a juvenile incident on my record. So when I tried to get my first job at the post office, that came up and I didn't get it. So after I had my first child, I moved, and then I wound up working again with childcare, just temporarily. Then since I had kids, now I'm on my second kid, I said, well, let me be involved in their education and stuff. So I served as policy council secretary for 2 years straight for Head Start. That was an experience. I was still young. I gained a lot of information about policy and how programs work, how things are funded, and how people can make an experience for their children better or worse by not participating or participating, because a lot of these grants that the government gets comes with stipulations, and part of that is parent involvement in their school criteria, which is difficult, especially when you are a working parent. I was fortunate because at the time I was not working, and I decided to make that my work, my preference. I would go read to the kids, I would help on field trips, I would go and I would be involved, and then I would take notes at the policy council meetings, every meeting, and they had them twice a month. So it was very very educational. I learned a lot of stuff. I learned a lot about planning, budgeting, and following rules and regulations, and just thinking about how people's lives are impacted by government programs. All right. So after that, I went to a SPICE program, which was special education in culinary, special program in culinary education, and we learned from a chef, which was in line with my high school training because I was in commercial foods in high school. I went to Bergen Tech. It was very interesting because in that program I learned so much about cooking. What we used to do is we used to prepare meals basically for the shelter, but we had to pass tests. So we learned how to do everything from cutting up poultry, how to lay meats, how to cut in uniform, how to properly peel an onion, how to score foods, how to make broths, gravies, sauces, hollandaise sauce. We learned how to cook. We really learned a lot in that program. And then We used to cater. We used to go to events and we would serve tables. We learned how to serve, how to place, how to clean a kitchen properly. We're talking about commercial kitchen, how to wash and clean the floors at the end of the day. It just is a lot of stuff. So thinking back over the course of my life and all the different areas that I've worked and been in and seen, I then again have to say, why not me? When it comes to jobs and learning, I was always one for learning. After I left that program, I went to, I was looking for work, and I was trying to get hired at Houston's in the Riverside Mall. But, at the time, that didn't work out because I didn't want to be a sous chef. I actually preferred to be a hostess instead, but they already had a hostess, and really I didn't want to work in the kitchen. I was done with cooking. But I wound up working at Wendy's in Englewood. And there I learned a lot of other great stuff. How they prepare the salads, how when they open in the morning they start putting out the stuff and getting things ready, and how they wash their lettuce and how they keep their salad and make everything nice and crispy. And it was very, very interesting. Again, everything that I learned I could use for something. If I didn't learn but one good thing from a job or two good things or something interesting that I could utilize in life, because again, even if I'm not gonna have a restaurant, or I don't plan on having one, but I know how to prepare food properly. I know how to make stuff crisp, and that is something that we didn't learn in commercial foods class, what I learned at Wendy's. So I was like, wow, that I didn't know this. So when I did get my first offer to come in for the Home Energy Assistance Program, I was called by Tony Lazaro. At that time, he was the program manager for weatherization at the Bergen County Community Action Program in Hackensack. And CAP called me. They said, we have a new program. It's just been sent from welfare. DFD used to administer it, but they no longer want to do it, so they're giving it to nonprofit organizations. And then I was explained about the program. It's administered by the Department of Community Affairs and how the program worked. And then I sat down with a lovely lady named Iris Lopez, who taught me all about, what the application looked like, what documents were required, and from there I just took off with it. And then I got the program policy book. The state of New Jersey had a way better method of teaching people about the program, about what they expected from us, how to review properly, how to code. Because back then it was application coding. It wasn't like it is now. Now it's just, layman terms. It's regular English, but it used to be codes. And it was great. I loved that. I really did. So I had that job, and I got that in 1995. And I've been doing home energy assistance ever since. So I'll tell you the story about cabin is so funny. And God works in mysterious ways. So I'm at CAP. I've been there for, I say, 2 years. I was still, let me go back. I was there. I was the first employee in home energy. Then they hired a few other people. I met some nice people through that program. I'm not going to name names, but there were people that came. Then there were foreigners that came. And of course, I had this other worker named Marilyn Pedinati, and she was the division director for one of the units. I guess that division, and I can't remember what that division was called, because there are a few. So she decided that she was going to make a supervisor for the program for home energy assistance, and she decided to put a Spanish-speaking person as a supervisor because she believed that that person would be better equipped to manage the program because she was bilingual. Well, she was hardly bilingual because she couldn't hardly speak English, and she sure couldn't write it. So I was really, pissed, and I told them not to me, and I was like, you're lucky I like you, because I was really a mess, yo. So I have a lot of growing up to do. But see, this is back in the day where people could smoke in the office. You see us having a meeting and the lady sitting there smoking a cigarette, talking to the staff. I'm like, what? And we're doing paperwork and smoking cigarettes at our desk and shit. That was crazy. So I learned a lot about energy assistance as time passed. A few years passed. This young lady was having her family. She was growing her family. So every year she was out, and every year I would have to take over the program. People started coming to me more and more for direction, for guidance to the program. And then that's when I said, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore without compensation. Y'all gonna have to change something. Give me a title and give me a raise, or else y'all could do this yourself and figure out who's gonna be doing this. Because it's not gonna be me. So with that being said, that's how it came out that I became the assistant supervisor of home energy in Bergen County. And during that time, and even before, I advocated for the program, for the clients, for change. I addressed a lot of issues in the program, and some were heard and some were not at the state level. I made a lot of noise at meetings, and I always stood for what I believed, and I never backed down. So I had bump-ins with directors and stuff sometimes, but the state actually admired that, and I was told that by quite a few people, and even agencies in the state, so I often think to myself, why me? Why am I the only one who's talking about this issue? Why am I bringing it up? Why do I always have to be the person, the voice of reason, or the one hand clapping? And again, why not me? Why not me? Because at least I made an impact. At least I made a change. How significant the change, or how large or small the change is still a change, and it's advancement. And if I can't advance myself with those people around me, or knowingly or unknowingly help somebody to aspire for more, or get more, or improve something, then I really have no purpose here. So I guess that's why me. It's a challenge though. Every day I'm thinking, I'm worried about stuff, and I think that that's part of my problem, my personal problem with my own growth, and I'll tell you a little more about that. But I want to say that after Bergen County, so years and years and years went by. I was there for 10 years. There was a guy, John Becker. He was the Home Energy Assistant Program Manager for Essex County. He was helping us build our database. We have a standalone database that we were able to track files and things like that, and generate a lot of good demographics for grant proposals and things like that. So we utilized this database, and we got to talk, and John had a liking for my current program supervisor at Bergen Cap, and he had a good liking for me too. But when he was ready to leave his position at La Casa de Don Pedro, he came and he had suggested my supervisor at the time, who I don't think would have been able to manage that. She was intimidated by it, and she suggested me. I was intimidated by it, but I was willing to step out and say, I can do this. Sure, I'll take the position. I'll try it out in a couple of weeks. I'll give my 2 weeks notice here. And well, I went and interviewed for the job. I met Miss Sessa, my current director, who I love. And not to say that I didn't love my other directors, Alan and Bob, because they really did a lot of good things for me. Like, I was always talking, and I got stuff that I don't think other people got, because they didn't raise the concern. They didn't talk back. They didn't stand for shit. And I'm just like, I'm not the one. You're talking to the wrong person. Like, I am so happy that Dorothy Elizabeth Sutton Aiken and John Charles Aiken III was my mom and dad, because hey, they really, 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 really instilled a lot of integrity in me, a lot of ethics and stuff. So when I sit back and I'm like, dang, why me? That's why me. Why not me? Why not me? Because again, change is powerful. So I took the position. I was intimidated, yes. Was I ready? Yes. Was I eager to please? Yes, I was. Did I make an impact and have I changed lives since I've been here for 14 years? If I wasn't doing something right, I would not still be on this job for 14 years. God is great, and He puts you in places sometimes where your impact is most needed. I have helped so many families. I have been, speaking publicly about this program. I've done seminars. I'm getting ready to do another PSENG conference on the 12th of November. I'm speaking. I'm presenting. It's just, it is good. I love what I do. I love helping people because I always wanted to be a philanthropist, and I always liked helping people because sometimes I really needed help. I can remember bringing up my kids, and it wasn't always easy, and I was glad that I had the support, and the most of my support, believe it or not, came from my brother Claude. Come on, what are you doing? Came from my brother Claude Aiken. He was like the most supportive uncle and brother, and just was really helpful. And that's why when I see him not doing what I know he's capable of, it hurts me. It just kills me inside. And I'm just like, I wish him so much, so much, so much success. Like, it's gotta be a lifestyle change though. So going back to that, parenting skills. In parenting, of course, I learned budgeting. I learned how to be patient. I learned how to wait things out. And I've also learned organization, because that's all necessary. And even running a household, you gotta have a schedule. You gotta have a system, or else it doesn't work. That's the same with office work and with managing a staff, planning out work days, planning out who's going to be working where, determining how workflow goes, how a file is getting processed, how it's getting filed, what is the filing procedure, is there a system, how do we find files, how do we update the data. I've helped build out a new database. I've helped change regulations in the program as far as the low-income home energy assistance program at DCA level. I'm speaking up at meetings and made choices. I also help with a team of other very bright program managers and supervisors throughout the state. There were around 10 of us who were called DCA Angels or something like that. I can't remember the name because it's in my LinkedIn, but we actually got a group together to spearhead the issues in the state system that we process clients for the LAHEAP and Universal Service Funds program for, and how to make it a better, more functional system. Because if we cannot get our job done in a timely manner due to database glitches or due to inconsistencies or things that are non-functional for agency representatives, or things that are not working right, or things that don't make sense, that doesn't, it's just not working. Look at this idiot. So if you don't do things to change things, they'll stay the same. And if they stay the same, you're not going to make progress. So we had a mindset to change things, to advocate for change, to stand up, to say, to give our opinions about things, to give our ideas about things. And I wasn't worried about people stealing my ideas, because really, you can't take what's not yours. There are people who try to take claim or claim that they did something, or they were the one who came up with an idea. I'm not a person who will do that. If somebody else has an idea about something, they got the idea about something. Did they implement it? I don't know. I do both. I make ideas and I implement them, or I talk about them, or I ask for them to be put into play. So that was a good thing, and I find that it's a blessing I was able to be that person for a lot of people, not only just for myself, but for a lot of people. Because if you do not stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And there are people who just don't stand up for themselves, who just are placid. They sit and they wait and they don't make any ripples because of fear and uncertainty. They need their jobs. I need my job too, but I would much rather have a functional position and make an impact and change lives and do something better for people than just to sit and follow the instructions if the instructions don't work. So that is why I have a voice, and I guess that is why me. The position fits. I started my own LLC. It's been a year and a couple of weeks now since my LLC was funded. All right, I still haven't got my first investment property. I'm upset about that. It's very difficult juggling, trying to work and doing it on your own without a team, without extra capital. I have cash flow, but it's just cash flow that I circulate. It's not enough to make a big impact. If I want to go get a property today, it's not like I could drop $50,000 out of my pocket. And I'm not coming out like that. You talk about 12 or 13 grand out of my pocket, yeah, but I just don't got 50 grand sitting around. I need at least that much, or at least 25 grand, just to make a good impact and get a property. If I'm gonna flip it, if the numbers aren't right, and here in northern New Jersey it's so hard, you'll get a piece of garbage. Anything under $150,000 is pretty much a knockdown in New Jersey. Here it's very almost unheard of. So to make a profit of 15% return on your investment is challenging when you look at some of the properties, unless you have the money to put out for a property that costs much more, which right now I'm not in the market for that. I don't have it. So I'm still looking for Airbnb properties. I'm looking for owners who are willing to let me sublet a property that I will maintain and take care of. So if you have a house, or if you have a unit and you're just tired of the maintenance and tired of the issues, or having to watch the property or run the property, and you need somebody who can do that and who's willing to take care of it, I will take care of it. I will pay you rent. I'll pay your monthly rent. I'll maintenance your property, but I get to utilize and I get to rent it out. Just let me know, okay? All right, so with that being said, I've been in home energy assistance for 24 years and growing. I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I do a lot of different things. Don't think just because I don't talk about all the things that I don't do them. I sell Avon products. I've been selling Avon pretty much since I was 15 years old. And then I stopped, and I started again when I was working at CAP, because I found that people really loved it. I used to go hard. Now it's just a hobby for me, which I should utilize that to generate cash flow. So I'm starting to try to promote my website and really get more in tune with the Avon aspect. I also sell CBD products. I also sell Saving Highway products, which are trips and health, like vitamins and things of that nature. I do a lot of different stuff. So if you want to know more about me, you can always look up my G card, where I could give it to you. I'm also in a crowdfunding program. I'm also a trader. I'm also a MLS Bitcoin Club member. I am on starter level 1, level 3, level 5 of the MLS Bitcoin Club, and I'm in the Trading Academy, and I'm learning. I utilize the infinite banking system. Good morning. I utilize the infinite banking system and I help people whenever I can. I am growing every day. I'm strong. I'm resilient. I'm a human. I care. I love. I feel. And I have my failures and I have my successes. I have a crazy ass cat that loves to attack me, even though I feed her and take care of her. One minute she love me, and then the next minute she, so it happens. Let me see. I have 4 hermit crabs, which are my grandchildren's pets, which I'm taking care of, and I monitor them, and I had a success with them last night. I finally got turbo shells, and 2 immediately changed shells. I was so worried about that because I was buying shells and had extra shells and was like, these crabs are not changing shells. Well, finally, that happened. So when I was thinking to myself, damn, why did I get these crabs and why did I do this? Why me? Because I did. And now I have to take care of them. And I guess, through research and doing what we do, I'm able to do it. So that's why me. As I go into work and as I think about the things that help found me, the things that keep me grounded, the things that give me inspiration, the people that I work with, the staff that I love, I'm blessed. I have a lot of people, good people, and people with issues. And we could all be that person with issues. It's just that people in general need to be more caring. They really need to care about what they do, who they impact, and how they impact people. Address issues accordingly. Be kind to people. Care about life and other people in general, and things will start working. I'm sure. I'm not even worried about the fact that I don't have my investment properties yet. It will come. All right. I know that because I'm not going to give up. I'm persevering. And I'm meeting all kinds of great people with great opportunities and things happening. I just not going to give up, all right? So my brother put me on this great thing. It's crowdfunding. And I'm going to work with that for now. And I'm going to generate some capital. And it's very, very economical to get into. It's only $5. Now, I've seen people make all kinds of excuses not to get this done because they got to come out with a couple of $100. And even a couple of $100 to change your life is worth it. But people are very cheap and they're closed-minded and they have a fear when it comes to money. You can't grow. To make money costs money, and that I know. All right? So, with that being said, hold on, I gotta go open this gate. One second. Yeah. So, I don't want this thing to be going off while I'm driving. So, learning about other people, learning how to interact with other people, learning how to control yourself, learning how to be an advocate, learning how to shut up when you need to shut up, learning how to respect other people's feelings and ideals. It is all a big learning process. I'm telling you. Yeah, it takes time. It takes learning. It takes control. It takes effort. It takes a lot of resilience. So, again, when I think about the program and I think about troubles and stresses and stuff, and I'll be like, damn, why me? It's because I was able, and I'm here for a reason, and I have to stop with that. Why me? Why not me? Why not you? Why not somebody that you know or love or care about? I want to talk to people on a different level. I want to grow. I want to expand. I have the mindset of a good manager, a good entrepreneur, a good business owner, a good representative of a mentor. So why not me? What makes life if you haven't done anything different, special, unique, or stepped out on faith once, twice, 3 times, or done something impactful for other people? And knowing that I have done stuff like that really helps me on a spiritual level and on a mental level to feel accomplished. So why not me? And thank you, Ish. We just keep going as day by day, day by day. All right, you guys have a great week. Work hard, attain to achieve more. Don't give up. Don't stop believing. Don't stop caring about people. Don't stop sharing information. Knowledge is power when it's utilized. You can share and you can plant a seed, but somebody has to nurture it, water it, and grow it. And if they don't, it's not your fault. It's just you gave them opportunity. So that's why me. And I'm going to keep doing what I do until I can't no more. All right? Have a great day. Great day.